name is Sarah. Welcome to the It is a Sarah podcast. Today it is Monday, August 25, 2025, and in this episode I want to share my handwerk perikelen, that's a Dutch word for crafty adventures from this week with you. I'm coming from the Netherlands, so excuse my Dutchy English. I love to knit, I love to crochet, and I love to talk, so that's the perfect combination for making this podcast. I make my episodes every Monday in Dutch and in English, so be sure you pick the right one. Okay, I picked 3 things to share with you in this episode. I finished a cardigan, which makes me very, very happy, and I will tell you all about it. I am wearing my Doodle vest today for the very first time. It's a little bit warm right now. This morning it was quite cool. Autumn is coming, so the mornings are getting a little bit more chilly, but now it's actually a little bit on the warm side, but I just wanted to wear it because it's making me so happy. I added a button and I will share some thoughts about the button and how I placed it with you. And also I have another finished object, my salty air tea. I have mixed feelings about it. I am not really sure how the fit is on me. It is just coming from the it just came from the blocking mats. I didn't wear it yet, so I will put it on in a minute, but before I will do that I will take some measurements, the bust circumference, the length, the gauge and all those kind of things. I will make a page in my knitting book. I have all the things I need with me and I'm very proud. This is my knitting book, but I'm very proud. I wanted to show it has nothing to do with knitting or crochet, but these are our pencils. Do you call it pencils? In Dutch we call it potloden, the wooden things you can color with. And when my kids were little, we did color a lot every day. But now they are bigger, they have their own stuff in their, it's not a daily activity anymore. But yesterday my niece came over for a day. She's 4 years old, and we played and she wanted to color. And I sharpened all the points of the pencils, and that's really a satisfying thing to do. So they are all looking fresh and sharp. I only need a brown one actually for my knitting book, but it's making me happy anyway. So I will do that right now, and you can watch all the other things I filmed earlier this week, and then I will come back to you wearing my salty air tea, sharing my thoughts about it. And I hope I can show you my page in my knitting book too. So I will see you later. Hello, it is Tuesday today, August 19. I actually didn't plan to film right now, as you might see when you're looking at my hair. But you're not here for the hair, I know, you're here for the knitting and the crochet, I hope. But I was finishing my salty air tea, although I thought I was finishing it, and then I had some doubts, and now I made a decision, and I thought it might be interesting to show the t-shirt, the tea, before I do my adjustments, and to share my thoughts about it. So here it is, and I'm sitting at the floor of my knitting office, so you can't really see it. I didn't want to set up the whole thing because I don't have time for that right now. Maybe a little bit, yeah, this is better. This is the salty air tea, a pattern by Samantha, Guerin. Yeah? Ja? Nee, maak maar op. Okay. I didn't plan filming. That was my son asking if he could eat something out of the fridge or if I had plans with that thing. I didn't tell them that I was gonna film. It was quite impulsive. The salty air tea, a pattern by Samantha Guerin. Years ago, I think 3, maybe even 4, I don't know exactly. I saw it on one of my knitting friends and I fell in love, and she kindly gifted me the pattern, the Dutch knitting friend. And it was in my pattern library for ages. Something was holding me back, and it was mainly the round yoke, because I'm not very good in wearing round yokes. I talked about it a lot. My shoulder shaping, that was my latest insight. I have bold shoulders, I guess, which don't fit in a round yoke perfectly. So I wanted to try to knit my round yoke sweaters one size bigger, so there's more space in the yoke. And I was very curious how that would work out. I picked this tee to try it. I don't know if it is a very clever idea to pick a light fingering weight pattern for it, because it takes a little bit more time. It takes a little bit more time than a DK or a worsted one, but I wanted to make it anyway. So I bought Knitting for Olive Merino in my local yarn shop, La Boutique Peridot in Breda, in the color, I think it's nut brown. Nut brown, not nut brown, it is brown. Yeah. And I casted it on. I started with a bigger needle. I had to go down one needle size. I'm not a very neat knitter. My stitches are dancing. Dancing is a good thing, but not when you are knitting. Not your stitches. But I hope it will block out right. The lace yoke was really fun to knit. I really loved it. And then there was a quite endless, boring stockinette part at the bottom, which was not really nice to knit, especially because it was boring, but also because my stitches are not very neat. So yeah, I don't like that. I like it when my knitting looks beautiful, and sometimes it happens after blocking, so you have to trust all the process. I have no idea. I did work with Knitting for Olive once for my daughter, but then I held a double with some mohair. And another strand of fingering weight merino, and also it was an all over textured pattern, so I can't really say anything about it. We will see. But now I thought I finished it. It's a bit of a weird shape for me, or it's not really weird, it's a very big round yoke. It's a very deep yoke, so it's quite far under my arms, and as you can see, this is happening. It's one size bigger than I normally would pick. I'm quite sure I knitted size 3 right now. And I followed the pattern almost completely. Only the sleeves, I wanted to make them a little bit longer. So I added 5 rounds. And then I did the ribbing and I'm casting it off. And yeah, the problem is with this part, it's only a small part, only 5 rounds. And then I made the second sleeve, and now I don't know what will happen after blocking, but because it's not really a sleeve, it are only 5, no, a little bit more rounds, 7 rounds and some ribbing. It feels as if I move up my arm, my whole garment is moving up. There's not a separate sleeve in which I have some room for moving. So I don't know if I like that. And also, I love the sleeves with a longer, the tees with a longer sleeve. So there's a little bit of an upper arm. Is my camera focusing right? Are you focusing? I think it is. I'm not quite sure. I finished the second sleeve and I thought, okay, it's done. I can block it right now. But when I was looking in the mirror, I thought, I want the sleeves longer. I want them longer. I was a little bit afraid that the stitch pattern, because it just ends here, that it wouldn't look nice, but I feel I want longer sleeves. So this is what I have left. It's not focusing. Ah, it is. This is what I have left, and this is actually the part I frogged when I was knitting with a bigger needle, so I have no idea. I wound it up. It's not looking crinkly, so I think it's okay. I think because I wound it up quite tightly, that's not something which is really good for your yarn because you stretch it out, but I hope it's okay. I put it on my kitchen scale. It is 18 grams, this little tiny yarn ball. So what I will do is rip out the ribbing and 1 extra round, lay it apart, so I know that's enough for 8 rounds of ribbing and a bind off, and then pick up the stitches again, add 9 grams, half of this yarn ball, and then do the ribbing, and then the sleeves must be longer, and then check if it's okay. And if it's okay, I can do the same thing at the other sleeve. That's my plan to do right now. Oh, it's very warm outside. It's very warm. It's way too warm for a top with sleeves. Also my board, my ribbing is turning the other way around, but it will block out. Yeah. So I don't know what to think about this tee yet. I love the stitch pattern. I love the color. When I'm just sitting still, I love the whole garment, but I don't know. Yeah, I hope when the sleeves are bigger, it will give me some more space to move. It's not that I'm doing things with my arms up all day, but yeah, it is my problem with the yoke that when I move my arms up, it all went this way. It seems that it's not really happening, but now it's happening there. Okay, no idea. We shall see. I keep you updated, of course. Okay, it is Thursday now, and I thought it would be fun to give you a quick update. This sleeve is still the same, short sleeve. This sleeve is a little bit longer. I didn't do the bind off. I thought, let me do a quick fit first, and I'm still a little bit doubting about this tee. I love the feeling of it. I don't know how the fit will be. I can't decide before it's blocked, but I love the extra sleeve length. So I will do the bind off, and my plant is dropping a leaf, and I will rip out the ribbing of the first sleeve, and we'll do a second longer sleeve. Hello, hello! Today it is Wednesday, August 20, and I just finished my vest, my Doodle vest, my colorwork Calidez, my playful knitting project. I told you everything about this project in my last Monday episode, but today I added the finishing touch, a button, and something fun happened, and I want to share some thoughts about it with you. But before I will dive into that, I want to say thank you a lot for all your lovely and nice words about my vest. All the comments I read on Instagram and YouTube. It is very fascinating. Every now and then when I share a project, it's really resonating with other people. And for me, that's I absolutely recognize that feeling, because I have it I did have it with the vest of the knitting of Picky Femme. That's where I found the inspiration to do this. But I realized that when something you see in a YouTube episode or on Instagram or whatever, those are the only two things I use, but wherever, when it really resonates with you, it means something is there for you too. It is time to discover something, or in this case it's about the playing, I guess. Of course, the colors and all the things, but the playing can be very interesting. So when you did feel it when you saw my vest, and when you're feeling it right now, then maybe it's time for you to play too. So, and it doesn't have to be a vest, it can be anything. It doesn't even have to be knitting or crochet, but maybe playing is the theme. So yeah, really interesting. And if it doesn't resonate, it's also okay. Then you don't need to play. Not everyone needs to play, always. But the button, something fun happened. It is very interesting, and I really would love to share my thoughts with you about it. It has all to do with the button and the rules for placing buttonholes. I did make an afterthought buttonhole, and I won't deep dive into that right now. I will share the link to the tutorial I used down below in the description box, and in my last HeartJumping Friday video. I showed you how I made afterthought buttonholes. But the tutorial is enough, so it's not very interesting how I do it, but that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the right over left or the left over right. And I did talk about that in previous episodes. The rule to put your right button band of your right front over your left front for ladies and the left over the right for men. As you can see, I did it wrong. I did left over right. My left front is over my right, and that's actually the man thing. I was not really aware of that rule until people on Instagram and YouTube were commenting about it. Oh, you did it the wrong way, and I asked the wrong way, and a lot of people shared their thoughts and their stories about it, and quite some historical stories, all kinds of difference. I won't deep dive into it now. I really love to hear them. I really love to read them. But for now, for me, there's no practical reason why right over left for ladies is better than left over right. I don't know. And it is quite fun because I don't mind rules as long as I understand the rule and also understand why a rule is needed. Then I have no problems with following rules. But when I don't understand a rule, or when I don't agree with the rule, then I get a bit, I think you say stubborn, or I don't know, I feel resistance. Because I don't feel the need for the rule, or I don't agree with the rule. I think that not all rules work. So that's an interesting theme. About this rule, I don't really understand the need for the rule, but I have also quite neutral feelings about it. It's not really hitting me emotional or touching something, or it's not that I want to change it or that I don't want to do it. That's not happening. I feel kind of neutral. So when I needed to decide, what do I do? Quite often I did it wrong. I didn't even think about it. I just did it, and I didn't even think about left or right. But now I was aware of it, that I need to pick a side. And I thought, okay, right over left for ladies, left over right for men. What shall I do? And the only reason why I decided to pick the ladies' way was because that feels most natural, and that has nothing to do with a practical thing. It's just because everyone is following that rule. All my garments I bought in stores, I don't do that these days actually anymore, but I did do that a lot, of course. All the dresses and blouses and every cardigans, they are all right over left. So I am used to that feeling to do it right over left. I don't know if that's different when you're left-handed. I'm right-handed. Maybe it feels different when you are left-handed and you prefer the other way around. I don't know. But that was the only reason why I thought, okay, I follow the rule. It's okay. I have neutral feelings about it. I don't want to fight against the rule. It doesn't mean anything for me. But yeah, so I decided I do the button. Do I say it correct? The button on the left and the buttonhole on the right. And I didn't do it. I think my brain, it's not completely developed, do you say it like that? In the mathematic side. I don't know which side it is, but I think in my head, my brain at that side is smaller. I can have very clever insights, but not on the mathematic part. I'm really clumsy, and I really was thinking I did do it the other way around. And then I put it on and thought, oh no, I did it wrong. So it made me laugh very hard. And then the fun thought came. It reminded me of following your own rules. That it's not always necessary to follow the rules. And that it might be, and let's keep it into knitting and crochet, it might be very interesting to create your own rules, to follow your own rules, even when you know this is actually not how it's supposed to be, this is not how it's most logical to do, this is not how most people do it, but I do it anyway. Don't get me wrong, most of the time, knitting wise and crochet wise, for me, it's perfectly fine to follow other ones' rules or instructions or ways of doing, because a lot of clever people discovered those ways, the logical, with mathematic brains, I guess, insights, which I don't have. But this vest, this specific Calidez vest, for me was a play project. I really felt the need for playing. It was absolutely a process knit. I wasn't focused on the product, and normally I'm a product knitter. I wasn't focused on the product at all. It was not important if I was making a wearable thing. I felt that until the tip of my toes. While I was knitting, I just wanted to knit and knit and knit and play and play and play, and it was making me so happy. And when the size wouldn't be correct, or when it would look messy, it absolutely okay. And I thought, when I was ready, it's a little bit on the small side. I don't think that now anymore. It's perfect, but I will come back to that later. So I thought I just will hang it on my nail or in my clothing rack as a reminder that it's very important for me to play, to keep playing every now and then. And I prefer to knit other ones' patterns and other ones' instructions and just plain yarns, other colors, but every now and then I need to play. I need to let go all the rules, all the logical decisions, and I just let my energy come directly from myself to my needles into my project. This is what's happening then, apparently. Now I'm wearing it, it is absolutely perfect. I really think this is a garment which I will wear quite often. I feel very, very good in it and happy and powerful and confident. And yeah, it's actually surprising me. But the fact that the button is wrong, on the wrong side, is really a good reminder. It's okay to do things wrong. When you are playing, and also when you're not playing, you don't always have to follow other one's rules. You don't always have to do the things because everyone does do that the same for hundreds of years. But just do it the other way around. And again, it's not a very exciting thing, putting your buttonhole on the wrong side. But it's a little reminder on quite an obvious spot, which will remind me of following my own rules, following my own path, doing my own thing. And you can do both. You don't have to choose. Every now and then you can do such thing like that, and then you are enjoying another knitting or crochet pattern from a lovely designer or whatever. So that was really a heart-jumping thought and a heart-jumping insight, which made me very happy, and it's all catched into this vest. So I think there will be specific days, specific moods, specific events where I need this vest. And there will be more days when I don't need it, but every now and then I need to put it on to feel all the feelings, to remember all the things I am feeling right now and saying right now. It's all cashed in my knitting project. Yeah, it's making me very happy. Maybe you think, Sarah, you are crazy. Maybe you don't get it. Maybe you are feeling the same. It's all okay. It's all okay. But it's making me happy. So I wanted to share it with you. Yeah. Okay. My Calidez vest. Again, I tell you all about this project in last week's episode. I don't have very interested notes on my Ravelry page because I didn't keep notes. I was playing. I didn't want to write things down. I just followed the Calidez vest pattern from JenJoyce design, and I played. I was inspired by the lovely Instagram posts from Picky Femme, and the rest is Sarah Sauce. So yeah, please play if you're feeling it. Start playing, yeah, and have fun. Hello, hello! Today it is Friday, August 22. Normally I don't film on Fridays for my Monday episodes, but I noticed two things. First, it's really nice to film my Monday episodes in pieces because then there's more time to edit and yeah, I just can have more relaxed Mondays. I always make 2 episodes on Monday, two the same, one in Dutch and one in English, and I was running out of time more and more. So one of my solutions to provide that stressed feeling, running against the clock, is filming in pieces. The second thing why I'm filming right now, this Friday, is the temperature, because it's quite a cool day today in the Netherlands. I think it's 18 or 19 degrees. It is a little bit clouded and it's quite cool since a while. Of course, we were in Spain for a few weeks and then it was quite hot in the Netherlands when we came back. And now it is a cool day and I think it will be the only one because it will be warmer next week. And this was the perfect day to show you my newest cardigan, because I finished this cardigan just a few days after coming back from vacation, and then I couldn't wear it because it was way too warm. So today, or actually yesterday evening, I put it on for the first time and I'm really happy. So I want to share every detail of this cardigan with you today. So let's start at the beginning. The beginning is actually hanging there. That's my Maema cardigan. My Maema cardigan is a pattern the Maema cardigan is a pattern by Nodecker, also known as Pip and Pin, and I made it in 2021. End of September I finished it. I just checked my Ravelry page because I was not sure, but yeah, my Ravelry page, my project page, you can find all the information of that cardigan there. I see I did my notes in Dutch. I changed to English after that, but it is in Dutch, but you can also Google Translate. I saw the pictures. Oh no! I saved the pictures and now they are gone. I have to go back. 2021, end of September. I'm wearing a blue dress. This was absolutely one of my favorite dresses. I still have it, but the fit is weird now in 2025. And also my hair. My hair is really fuzzy there. I changed my hair. My hair is longer, a little bit longer. It was quite short a few months ago. Way too short actually to make me really happy. Now it's better, although I need to go to the hairdresser again, but I don't have the courage to do that because I'm so afraid it will be too short again. Of course I can ask her, don't cut it too short, but I think we will save a little bit hair, let it grow. I also made my woolly tattoo, which was really making me happy at this cardigan. Actually I made a mistake on that point of the sleeve, and to hide that mistake I did a woolly tattoo, a flower embroidery. But the Maema cardigan is a top-down raglan cardigan in fingering weight. There is now also a DK weight version for a little bit of a quicker knit, and it has straight sleeves in stockinette, and the front parts, the left and the front and the back, are in brioche stitch. I don't know if you can see it correctly. This was my first experience with brioche knitting. I think maybe my last. No, I did some Stephen West mystery knit-alongs, in which I did a little bit of brioche, I guess. I found brioche, I can't, the pronunciation sounds a little bit weird when I'm speaking out loud. It's not hard to knit. The thing I found most challenging was fixing mistakes. I make mistakes every now and then, and normally in knitting I can quite easy drop a stitch and fix it. It didn't work with brioche. Yeah. Here's my woolly tattoo. I think it's really cute. Yeah. I knitted this cardigan in Long Yarns Merino, baby merino, I guess, or merino 120. It's in my Ravelry notes, and it was gifted to me by Long Yarns, and I absolutely did wear this cardigan all the time, especially in summer, because it's fingering weight merino. I can wear it on my bare skin. It's not itchy at all, and it was the perfect thin woolly layer for a little bit of cooler evenings or mornings or days. And you can see I did wear it much because it's pilling, and yeah, there's happening some things. So it was an open fronted cardigan, and I did make some changes to the sleeves, because I think actually the original cardigan is with wider 3/4 sleeves, and I made longer sleeves and a little bit more narrow. So I thought, let me make such a cardigan again. I'm wearing it right now. I did buy some yarn. This was my project bag for this project. It's also gifted to me by a Dutch project bag maker. She gifted me many project bags. So she spoiled me a lot. Her name is Rachel, and her company is called Rachelebel, or Rachel Beers, her full name. Project bags. I will link down the project, her page, a link to her company down below. And this one she made, and she gave to me, and she said it's perfect for your camping. And yeah, it is. I use it all year long, but especially when camping, it's really lovely. So in this project bag I have a little bit of yarn left over. I think I had 3 skeins of hand-dyed fingering weight single ply merino. Is there a little? Dyed by a Dutch dyer, and in a beautiful, lovely shades of brown. I don't know if you can see it. Yes, I think. Yeah. I really love it. I don't know, the color doesn't have a name. I guess it's merino single, 100% superwash merino wool, and the color has a number, which I also will write down in my project page, and I will link down below her company. The name of the dyer is Sylvia, and her company is called Wol met Verve. I bought it, and I never worked with her yarn, and I must confess, it was not really my plan to buy superwash merino. I love the non-superwash ones, but a lot of dyers dye on superwash yarns, and yeah, I completely fell in love with the color. So I absolutely wanted a cardigan in this color, but I am not sure how it will wear. If it will stay good. It is 100% merino, so it's not a sock yarn. So I don't have any idea how the pilling will be. It's a little bit fuzzy already. I don't know if you can see it. I think it will be okay, but I don't know. It's my first experience with a single ply merino. It did knit pretty good, so that was nice. But I made some changes to the original Maema cardigan pattern. This spring I went up one size for every garment I make, because I quite often pick a size too small. It was a little bit... the size of that one is actually perfect, but still I did it. And then I messed a little bit around with the stitches, with the decreases. I changed the stitch pattern. I started with the original brioche stitch, but I didn't love the look of it. It was a little bit too much, and that's my personal preference. I love it when there's happening something in a project, when it's stockinette. No, not when it's stockinette, but for me, when there is a structure stitch and there's happening a lot color-wise, it's too much. I love either one of it. I don't think that sentence is constructed well, but I love it to be happening in the... I love it when it's happening into the color or into the structure. So it was too busy for me, and then I tried must stitch, but still it was not matching. And then I just tried stockinette also for the front parts and the back part and the back panel, and that worked out fine. I did do yarn overs. I don't know if you can see it. Yarn overs for the raglands. That was also, I think it was just a knit front and back, and I changed it into yarn overs for a little nice detail, and I'm very happy I did. While I was knitting, I was a little bit confused when to quit with the increases. Did I say decreases? I mean increases. With the increases for the sleeves. You need to quit the sleeves earlier than the rest, I guess, but I was a little bit afraid that it would be too obvious, because I did do the yarn overs. It would be very obvious that the increases didn't quit at the same time, but that was actually not really a problem. And someone texted me or commented under one of my videos where I was talking about this, that you also still can keep the yarn over thing, but just knit 2 stitches together or do a slip slip knit to provide the from increasing. So it's actually looking a little bit the same, the yarn over detail, but you're not increasing at all. So that I already finished it before I this part before I could try it, but I think that was a very helpful comment, so thank you for that. I will try to remember it for next time. So in the end I just quit quite quickly, and that made that my sleeves were okay, but the front part was a little bit on the narrow side. But it all went out well. I just kept knitting and it was a little bit hard to fit, but when I tried it on I thought, okay, it's okay. But I really wasn't following the pattern anymore, and I'm not a designer or someone who has the good insights. No, sometimes I have, sometimes I can follow my own idea, but I was not really confident about this one. But it seemed to be it seems as if it worked out fine. So this was one of my holiday knits, and it was perfect for car knitting because I was just knitting straight, and it was actually a little bit boring. The construction was done. I was just knitting back and forth for the body part. Yeah, nothing was happening. Only the color, and I love it, but it was all the same. It was not that you are knitting stripes or whatever. I did alternate skeins. I had 3 skeins, and Sylvia told me how to check if the color was a little bit similar, to unwind your skeins and put them all together, and there was not a very obvious difference in between the skeins. So she said, I don't think you will have striping, but still it's good to the 6 rows or rounds before changing, you alternate a few rows or rounds with the one skein and another. So I did do that, and yeah, I think I think it's perfect. So that was very good advice. And then I was at the... oh, there was a yarn ball on my lap. I was at the ribbing at the bottom and I made it quite long, 2x2 rib. And when I did a quick fit in one of the toilet buildings on a camping place in Spain, they had those big mirrors and it was really nice. I'm not a very big person, so most of the time I could only see this part. But when you want to fit a garment and check the fit and the length and all the things, it's nice to have a longer one. So we have that there, and I was fitting and I thought it is way too long. And I did measure with that cardigan. I brought it with me on holiday, but it was not how I wanted. It was looking weird. So I had a big part which I wanted to remove, but I felt very depressed by the idea that I needed to rip it out, and the ribbing, it was quite a big ribbing, I need to redo it all. So I thought, let me cut it out, let me cut it. So I cut it one tiny leg of one stitch, and then I could unravel, and I had the ribbing on one needle and the rest of my cardigan on another needle, and I frogged the centimeters I want to frog. And then with the Kitchener stitch, I made the ribbing back. I connected the ribbing to the body again. Oh, I'm feeling as if I'm not telling a very good story right now. I'm sorry for that. So then the length was good. I picked up the stitches for the button band. I wanted an open fronted cardigan, and I'm quite sure it's meant as an open fronted cardigan. So no buttonholes, just knitting, and I did knit 2 purl 2. For the sleeves, I remember I knitted those sleeves straight, but these armholes were a little bit deeper, and I was afraid that it would be too wide, the sleeve. So I did increase every 10 round, I guess, 2 stitches. And as long as I had the same amount of stitches I had for that one, and the last round I decreased a little bit more heavily. I think I just checked the ribbing of these, and I with the knitting calculator I calculated how many stitches I needed to decrease in the last round. So you have a little bit of the blooming sleeve effect, and I love it. I made the ribbing a little bit shorter, so it's bracelet length. It's good for me for a summer cardigan this way. When I did a quick fit, I noticed that it was still a little bit narrow at the front. I think I quit increasing for the body part too quickly, too soon. So this was a little bit narrow. So I put the stitches on back on my needle again, and I added, I think, 5 rows to the ribbing, so it's quite wide, but now the fit is perfect. So I did quite some knitting surgery at this cardigan, and it made it quite quite intensive. And also the endless stockinette. I know I don't have a big size, and I really have respect for people with bigger sizes and making garments in fingering weight with endless stockinette. I don't know if I could do that. You have to be very patient. I think I would grab 2 thicker yarns. I really admire people knitting those garments, because the fingering weight is very, very nice to wear. It's a big difference with a DK or a worsted weight cardigan. It's so light and thin, and still it's a woolly layer. So I really love the feeling of it. It's feeling so good, and I love the color and I love the fit. It is absolutely making me happy, and I'm so glad I finished it in August, because there will come a lot of days the coming weeks in autumn and also in winter where this cardigan will be perfect. I hope it will hold a little bit. Yeah, I don't mind a little bit of fuzzing. The fuzzy layer is actually, I think that's looking really nice and cozy, but I hope there will not be a lot of pills, but yeah, we shall see. So I absolutely recommend the pattern. It's very clear. It's actually very simple construction. And again, there is a version in fingering weight, but there's also a version in DK weight. One of my friends made one in perikelen, and it's her absolutely favorite cardigan, and it looks amazing on her, and it made me dream of a DK weight in perikelen too, because it's such a nice throw over cardigan. Yeah. I can't say anything else. Then I absolutely recommend it. Okay, so Maema cardigan. I'm very happy. Oh, one thing I forgot to share. I knitted my sleeves on small circulars. I discovered, I'm a continental knitter, but I discovered when I knit English style on small circulars, I like to do it. I love to do it. Gives me a good feeling. Not endless, but every now and then a little bit of English style on small circulars. Yeah, I think it's much appreciated by my hands. The only thing is the sleeves, they took forever. And it actually doesn't make sense, because I think it actually must go faster than knitting in magic loop, what my normal method is, because you don't have to do the loop, you don't have to pull your needle through all the stitches, you don't have to switch all the time, but still it feels as if the rhythm of knitting a sleeve magic loop is going so much better than for me, so much faster for me than knitting in the round. On the small circular. I don't have the magic loop ridge. I do have it on my salty air tea. I think I will show it this Monday's episode too. So that's very nice, and yeah, I think I will keep using the small circular for that. Okay, yeah, I am wearing my finished salty air tea for the very first time right now. So that's actually not the perfect moment to tell you all about a finished garment, because I don't know how it is wearing it. Yeah, I have some doubts. I don't think the doubts are caused by the pattern. The only thing is the pattern has a deep yoke. But I saw a lot of project pages with beautiful salty air teas and happy people in it. So I think it's more the combination of my body and this tea that might not be the best combination. So let me talk you through it. I already filmed a little bit, and I told you a lot about this project. I try to not repeat myself, but that's actually not one of my talents, not repeating myself. So I'm sorry if I tell you the things you already know right now. Yeah, there are things I'm very happy with. The color, I love the color, nut brown from Knitting for Olive. I knitted it in one strand of fingering weight merino yarn. I told you about my dancing stitches, I think. It blocked out pretty good. Blocking lace and also the cables is always really needed. When I put it on my blocking mats, I didn't pin it down. Sometimes I do when you need to block something really with a little bit of force. I don't think that's the correct word, but the best I can think of right now. I pin it down. I don't have those blocking, I don't know the word in English, where you have several pins in a row and you can block it a little bit of a straight line. I only have the pins I use for sewing, and that's enough for me. But when you want to stretch out something, it can get it can dry a little bit pointy, and you don't want that. So I was doubting, because lace, I love to block it quite white, and now I did put it flat with my hands over and over again, and then I thought this must be enough, and I think it worked pretty good. When it was drying, I looked at the shape of the garment, and it was looking a little bit silly, wider, balloony shoulders, and because I made longer, narrow sleeves, it was looking a little bit funny, and it didn't give me a lot of trust in how the final fit would be. But I think it looked out nice, and yeah, I don't know if you can see it. My dancing stitches are a little bit more in a row, so that's okay too. I love the look of this. I really love this stitch pattern. It's really beautiful and wonderful. I noticed my problem with round yokes and my bold shoulders quite often is showing up here. When I put my arms high, this will stay this way, and as you can see, it's not happening right now. I think it's okay. It's happening here right now. I added some centimeters to the sleeves, and maybe that was not a good idea, although as you already have seen, I was also not very convinced when the sleeves were shorter. Maybe it would have been better when I made the sleeves wider, but I don't think that's really an option. I didn't do much decreases, and you start decreasing according to pattern immediately. So wider sleeves, when the sleeves would be straight, maybe that was better, but I don't think that's really an option. I don't know if I want to try that. I don't feel any motivation to put extra time in this project. Maybe one sleeve would go, a wider sleeve, it would be better. But I'm not convinced. As you can see, there's happening something here, which I don't want to happen there. And because my sleeve is too tight, but it was also when it was short. So maybe when I make the sleeves wider, I don't have much yarn. I was a little bit afraid if I would have enough yarn. I don't think I really have enough yarn for wider sleeves. On the other side, with this you can knit more than you think, I guess. So maybe I do have enough yarn, but not enough motivation. Yeah, also I picked a size bigger than I normally do. I checked my gauge. I finished my page in my knitting book. I really love doing that. And I checked my gauge, and my gauge was pretty good. My gauge was 23 stitches, 39 rows, and according to pattern it's 24:38. I didn't swatch, and yeah, I did it all good, so I think that's okay. I was very proud. I did go down needle sizes. The pattern recommends 3.5mm needle, and I did 2.75 and 2.5 for the ribbing. My bust circumference, the finished garment has bust circumference of 100 centimeters. I tried, we in the Netherlands we use centimeters and we don't use inches, and I always get an error when I need to change it from centimeters to inches. So I thought maybe it's good when I write it down in my knitting book, so I get a little bit used to the inches too. I know 1 inch is 2.5 centimeter, but yeah, calculating it's very quick. It doesn't really work for me. So 100 centimeter is about, do you say roundabout? In Dutch we call it ongeveer, not exactly, but ongeveer. 39 inch. The pattern recommends 5 to 10 centimeter positive ease. I have 11 centimeters of positive ease, so that it's actually meant a little bit, yeah, it's a little bit wider than recommend. And I think I would have loved it a little bit more fitted. because that's what I love, especially on a skirt. I made this skirt with a free pattern from a Belgian sewing designer, La Belle Étoile. I will link it down below. I added pockets and buttons, a fake button band. It's double gauze cotton. I really love it. It's a little bit, it gets damaged quite quickly, but it wears lovely in summer. So I do wear it all the time. So my waist is right here, and maybe it would be better. I also have some dresses which are wider right here. I think, yeah, this part is quite wide. I have some skirts which already start to wider there. Maybe that that looks better. I have to try, but it won't fix my problem right here. This is too tight. My sleeves are too tight compared to the yoke, and I don't think I can get them wider. Maybe I do want to try it. Yeah, okay. We will think about that. This was actually my round yoke test. There are more and more patterns, I guess. When I started knitting, it was all about the round yokes 7 years ago. And that was also one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to knit the beautiful round colorwork yokes. And my Ravelry is showing me more and more. Oh, that's not my Ravelry. It's Ravelry is showing me more and more. And also the other social media. Other constructions with lower necklines, with V-shaped necklines. I discovered a dropped shoulder construction fits me much better. But still, I love knitting round yokes. It's so rhythmic, and yeah, I just love the way of increasing, and it doesn't matter if it are cables or lace or colorwork, just growing that big circle. I really love doing it. I love the look of it, but it's not matching my body. And that's, yeah, I don't know if I'm already ready for accepting that. I have one other round yoke sweater on my needle. I only knitted the ribbing, and I still want to knit it. It's not, I'm not ready for never knitting any round yokes again, sweaters again for myself, I guess. So I still want to try. And because this is a deep yoke, when it was more fitted, yeah, I know you can cast on for a bigger size for the yoke and then go back to a smaller size for the body. I didn't want to do that right now because I wanted to follow the pattern in a bigger size completely, but maybe that will be a solution for my problem. But also this is actually a deep yoke. Maybe I need to make something, or with wider sleeves. Maybe I do need to try bigger sleeves, more stitches. And then I can make a shorter sleeve, so then I have more yarn. Okay, I will think about that. But for example, my colorwork Doodle vest, which I did wear at the beginning of the episode, when I was also wearing that for the first time today. When I put that one on, I really felt, it's so good, it feels so good. And with this one, I don't have that feeling. I can only feel, I want it off, I want to put it off. I also put my necklace off. I'm really attached to my necklace. I wear it always. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah. But the neckline is okay. I'm not a fan of high necklines, but this is not too high. I just followed the pattern, but it's just annoying me, my necklace coming against the ribbing, and I get itchy from it. Not itchy from itchy yarn, but an itchy feeling, irritated. I don't like it, so I did put that off, and it makes it a little bit better. And yeah, I love the color, I love the look. I don't love the feeling. For me, it's always very important that my garments are feeling okay. So yeah, I don't know yet. Not a HeartJumping feeling, and I don't have that quite often. I know I do make mistakes every now and then, but most of the time I am very happy when something is finished, and I feel really good in it. And sometimes a garment, when I wear it more and more, yeah, it doesn't has a good match at all. but not in the beginning. I feel it right now, so maybe I do need to change the sleeves. I can always give it to someone else, but I'm not ready for that too. This tea is trying to tell me something. Okay, yeah, so I don't know. I will put it off. I will put my colorwork vest on to feel happy, and yeah, maybe I do need to do the sleeves. Yeah, we shall see. It is finished, so I have another finished object. So let's see what we will pick out of my big pile of whips to focus a little bit on this week. Okay, this was it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed. I did. And I hope to see you next time. I wish you a very good week. Filled with enough heart jumping moments. If you can't find them, create them, because we need them. Bye bye!